getting ready for tonight's run. As you see, I've got some flat spots in these tires, so I'm going to get these swapped out next. Definitely never want to see these flat spots in your tires. But went ahead and ended up maxing out the rear springs to get a rake on the chassis. So little under an inch in the rear, to a ½ inch in the front. So overall 1.5 inches to the wing. And then you saw on the last update, I added these, cut them down. I'm gonna bring a drill some holes in this if need be out there, and see if I can keep this front end down. I have a feeling it's gonna be windy because it's always windy. The next thing I did is I took the remainder of the lip off of the rear wing. You can see all the dust from me grinding everything down. I've been noticing people have had their drive shaft pins come off, but as you see with let me see if I can grab this. See how deep mine's in there? Right there, my pin's all the way. I do have an O-ring in front of it so that it puts pressure on the rear since I run the titanium spool through EMP. You can see EMP's logo right in there. Since I run his titanium spool, it's a little longer. So what I want to do is push it into the rear. I do have the cover on this right now, but let's see if I can look at my rear pin. Let's see. You see? It's all the way in. That pin is all the way to the back on the rear diff. That's why I throw the washer or the O-ring up in there, is to put pressure back so that I have good contact area, that I'm not running at the end of these C-cups. That way I have no issues of the pin backing off. With the EMP mount and the EMP spool and their longer cups, I'm able to push those drive shafts all the way in. And I do run the cover in here because I don't want debris or anything getting into it. So that's why I try to keep this cup on, even though the one side battery tray is off. I still have one bolt holding it in there. So that's good enough for me. So I won't have any drive shaft issues. Right now I'm going to finish checking my grub screws to make sure that they're not backing off, because I've had grub screws come loose before, so I go through the RC front to rear before the run. On the rear, this took an impact and ripped the screw out, so this was loose, so I went ahead and repaired that. Tightened all the screws underneath the chassis because they do start to come loose at the on these speed runs over time. So you just kind of want to go through your RC front to back just to make sure nothing's coming loose, because the worst thing is to have stuff fall off in your runs. My rear tires were new as of the last pass. The fronts were one rotation in on the original wheels, but since I got a flat spot on this one, I'm going to throw 2 new ones on it. So I have a chassis that I use. I balance the wheels and then I throw them on a rolling chassis I have. This is a slash chassis that I have, one of my speed chassis. So I throw them on here, I spin them up to speed and make sure that I get no wobble. So this is a brand new set. It's already balanced out. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these on the Limitless and see how it does. You know, I'm really curious today to see. I'm sure there's going to be wind out there again, because there always is. I'm going to go to the smooth road again, see if I can keep the front end down, and go from there. So I'm going to get the batteries charged up. Right now it's 104 outside here in Cali. So I just have to glue those, finish checking grub screws, finish checking some more screws, and get back out there. And hopefully everything goes good and the car comes back in one piece, which I'm sure it will, because this thing's crashed several times and seems to take a beating. But I'll be posting a video later tonight. As soon as we hit evening, I can get the temperatures down so that I'm not blowing tires out on the hot asphalt, because like I said, it's 104 outside right now. So tonight I'm sure the asphalt temps are going to be around a 90, 80, 90 to 100. So I just got to get the run in before the darkness goes away, or not goes away, comes in. So it will be this evening. I'll start heading out about 5 o'clock. I'll get out there. It takes me an hour and a half to get out there. 6:30. As long as I get the run off by 7, I'll be good. And if I have any problems, that'll leave me enough time to make some changes and possibly make another run. So I'm going to be trying my max amps batteries and my Electron batteries. So that's what I'm going to be running today. So we'll see if we can get past the 124. All right, see you guys later this evening.